hasn't been significant investment in the water sector, more especially for the past 8 years. I want to take Accra. We call it the Atma region. That is Accra, Tema metropolitan area. We have 10 treatment plants. That is the water treatment plants. And if you permit me, let me mention them with their ages.
Okay.
We have the Candy plant in Weja. It was constructed in 1950.
1950?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we have the Pony Works at Pong. It was constructed in 1954. We have the Candy plant in Weja. It was constructed in 1960. Then we have the Pong New Works at Pong. It was constructed in 1965. Then we have the Adam Clark plant in Weja. It was constructed in 1980. Then in 1998, under Rollins, we constructed the Keseve plant. Then in 2014, 2 plants were constructed. That is the Tahal plant at Pong and the desalination plant under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And in 2015, 2 more plants were constructed. That is the Siemens plant in Pong and the China Gazuba plant, the same Pong. So that means that among the 10, 4 of these plants were constructed under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Since then, not even a gallon of water has been added to the production in Atma region. That is Accra, Greater Accra. So, the population grows, demand continue to increase. So, in the first place, out of the 10, 5 are aged plants. The first thing that their capacity utilization is low. They have old pipeline. As at then, they were using asbestos and metals to construct the pipelines. And these are huge.
Okay.
So in the real sense, if not the intervention of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in his first term, would have been in serious crisis. Now, most of these transmission capacity utilization being low, most of the transmission lines are weak and need to be replaced. And that is a huge cost. We are talking about $356 million to replace the old pipes and put in new pipes.
356?
Yes, million
dollars
to replace the old pipes.
That's about more than 3.5 billion Ghana cedis.
Exactly.
And your revenue for 2025 was?
It's about 1.8 billion.
About 1.8 billion?
Yes. For the whole of 2020, 2025, 4 is 1.8 billion to 2 billion.
Yeah, but why did you wait till this time? I mean, you know that these, these things are getting weaker. They need to be changed. Why do you wait for, to have the cost increasing to 356 million?
That is the question we have to address as Ghanaians and as various government comes into office. You understand?
Yeah, but that's a question I'm
asking. So they must.
You are in charge now.
They must be.
So I'm asking Ghana Water. Why did Ghana Water wait? Why didn't Ghana Water take steps to actually change these pipes over the period?
You see, let me go into this. Ghana Water cannot raise that amount of capital. For example, we made almost 1.8 billion. That's about 100 million to 160 million for the whole year, dollars. This is whole. We are not talking of taking salaries, doing maintenance. So if you take it, you realize that we are not in good shape. And let me also put it that we haven't been making profit for a long time. In 2023, we had a loss of 4.8 billion. Yeah. In 2024, 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. So it's not like it's rosy. As we speak, Ghana Water, you can go to the bank and say, we need $10 million to invest, because they will go and look at your financial statements. And let me tell you, our gearing ratio is 192%. And that means that if you take our debt and you divide it by the equity, it's 192%. No bank will look at these financial ratios and tell you that I'll give you $10 million to go and do your own project. It won't happen. So we have to always rely on central government. Now, as we sit here, national demand for water is 350 million gallons a day, if we want to meet the whole of Ghana demand. But currently we produce 220 million gallons a day. So there is a shortfall of 130 million gallons a day.
Can you produce that?
When we have the treatment plants in place, we can produce. So we need huge investment in the production.
Of how much?
It's almost $1.1 billion. Yeah, because in Accra, for example, we have a demand of 210 million gallons a day. Currently, the installed capacity is 137 million gallons a day. So that means that we are running at a deficit of 73 million gallons a day. So that means we need additional plant. The Avehime water treatment plant, which is in the process, need to come on board. And we also need China Gazuba Phase 2. And the China Gazuba Phase 2 is critical because 20% of the cost has already been done under the China Gazuba Phase 1. And thank God His Excellency is very determined to ensure that we have water sufficiency in Ghana. The other challenge we face with even the 137 million gallons that we produce is the shutdown of the desalination plant, which has taken almost 30 to 40,000 meters cube of water a day. And it has been an issue not now. If you could recollect, in 2019, there was this shutdown because the tariff set and the amount we have to pay to the lenders and the shareholders, there is a huge shortfall. And because of the huge shortfall, it is difficult for Ghana Water Company, Ghana Water Limited, to sell the water and pay. And that led to the shutdown of the plant in 2019 and subsequent a court case at the International Court of Arbitration that I came to inherit and the government came to inherit. And the process is ongoing. And that has now led down to a shutdown in October 2025. And, this is the dry season period, and that is very critical. And that is where we have a lot of issues. Thank God His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has directed that it be resolved once and for all. So we had our first negotiation meetings headed by the Minister of Justice and Attorney General through the Minister of Finance. Ghana Water Company is also a partner, and then the shareholders and the lenders. We've had our first round of negotiation, and 19th, that is tomorrow next, is scheduled for the second round of negotiation. It is my hope that we'll be able to conclude as early as possible and then get the plans back. Once we get it back, a huge section of Accra will be satisfied. That is Teshi, Nungwa, Spentes, Bachuna, Ladede Kotopon. At least they will have a reliable supply of water. Then the one we are rationing now can now be channeled to other parts of Accra. So because that one is done, we have to be doing some rationing. And in the course of the rationing, we realized that the table we came up with shouldn't be it's not the best. Because if we say we are supplying Kokomlemle Thursday, and there is an issue we are not able to supply, then the Friday, then we move on to the next place. And even on Thursday, if we start supplying, and the whole of Kokomlemle is not able to get, Friday automatically we move to another area. So you realize that a customer will call you, oh, my neighbor ahead of me, he is getting water or she is getting water, but we are not getting. Because means that we ramp up, but we didn't ramp up continuously for a long time, and it's not able to reach far away places. So we've now directed the chief managers to make sure that if they are pumping to one area, they should continue to pump and observe that almost every customer gets. Then you now move to another area.
Okay.
Once a customer gets water in store, if for 1 week he's not getting water, at least he would have stored enough to take care of that. But so since last 10 days, we've changed the dynamics. And now we continue to pump water to an area for a long time for all customers to get. While we are doing that, we are also making sure that theft, those who have done illegal connections, bypasses, those are what we call inland pumps. So that when water flows, they just start the pump to siphon all the water underground for them. We have a team that is going out. And we piloted, it's not a pilot, we did 3 teams from August to December. And the level of theft is mind-boggling.
What's that level?
You can go to a whole factory and they connected water illegally, consuming. And with the 3 teams, between August and December, we disconnected about 239 customers with a total amount of 8.6 million Ghana cedis.
8.6 million Ghana cedis lost to you.
And 2.1 million recovered. We are pursuing. And can you imagine that out of this 8.6, 2 customers alone amount to 6 million.
Interesting.
They operate a factory, consuming the water free. And we did this in collaboration with National Security. Okay. So we wrote to them again that I want to scale it up to 10, which I launched some few days ago, and they started work yesterday.
But Honorable Mutawakilu, talking about, explaining the issue, you create a certain impression. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you create the impression that, well, as it stands, people may have to accept you're doing your best, but until you have more production plans, they have to make do with that. They have to accept that this is going to be the challenge they will go through.
Let me tell you something. We are not saying that we've thrown our hands in the air. Now, if I produce 137 million gallons a day and cannot account for 52% of that.
Why can't you account for 52%
because
of that?
Leakages and illegal connections. To be able to increase...
That's your job to prevent it.
That is what I'm coming to. I accept that. To be able to ensure that legal customers get enough water is to reduce the non-revenue water. And that is why I set up the task force. Assuming we are able to reduce non-revenue water to 40%, that means more customers will have access to water. So while reducing it, we are making sure that water reaches our customers while we wait for investment to increase production. And increasing production with construction is not a year, it's just not like 5 months and it's that. So we want to make sure that we reduce non-revenue water to the minimum. So therefore, increasing automatically the amount of water our customers will get.
Okay.
And that will boost our revenue, and therefore enable us to what? To do more investment. on our own. Now, also, we realized as at 2025, we have a debt of 866 million Ghana cedis. So this year's national service personnel are dedicated to go after the debt. By bringing in more means that we'll have enough money to at least do enough replacement of the pipes. The more we replace, the more we are boosting production, because, and then the pumps. The more we replace a pipe, we reduce the amount of water that will leak. Last 3 weeks, we wanted to push enough water, and our 42-inch pipe got burst because it's old. Assuming we're able to replace them, that means that we could push enough water. So sometimes you want to push enough water, but the integrity of the pipeline, the transmission line, is not guaranteed. So as we speak, we are fabricating more pipes at our central workshop to ensure that during the rainy season, we replace all the weak portions of the transmission line, so that we'll be able to pump enough water to the people of Ghana and therefore Accra.
Okay, so Honorable Mutawakilu, we want to understand a few things. So at the moment, based on all you've said, we have about 86 active water systems. Most of them are over 50, 60 years old, right? And you have close to 1 million active customers. And out of this, there is 52% non-revenue water.
Yes.
So if you produce, say, 10 liters of water every day, 5.2 liters people use and don't pay for.
Yes.
So it means that over 50% of the commodity you are selling, you're unable to draw revenue for.
Yeah.
And our daily production is 26% less what the demand is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to establish all these things. What is the capacity utilization of your plants?
If we take the average, it's with around 65%.
Okay. Now, you mentioned the Teshi area, because that's one of the areas we get a lot of calls and messages from.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the desalination plant, for example. If we look at your August 2025 proposal to PURC, you are projecting cost for the desalination plant around 400 million.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the Teshi area, your non-revenue water in that area is 73%.
Yeah.
And you have a desalination plant you want to use to solve their problems. Within that area, what are you doing now to ensure that you raise your revenue collection and ensure that once we bring the desalination plant on stream, you are able to pay for it?
Thank you. As I did indicate already what we are doing to fight commercial theft, we call it commercial losses. About 10 teams now working. We deploy them, but we are using that place to also do what we call remote reading. We realize that most of they are supposed to start on the 16th, have been away, we are having a retreat. Because we realize that the problem is the interface, majority of the problem is the interface between our customers and our employees. Yeah, most of the illegal connections, you realize that most of our staffs are involved because they have direct interface. So we piloting what we call remote reading, so that we can read the meters and everything from our office, instead of deploying people to have much interaction with our customers.
Do all your customers have functioning meters?
Majority use of what we call ultrasonic smart meters. But there was a problem in implementing the remote reading, but I thought that it was necessary. And because of
about that remote reading, I'm told, someone just sent me a message that says that a few years ago, Ghana Water Limited shot themselves in the foot when they abrogated the software program which was being used to read meters and bill customers. From my understanding at the time, the software company was running and fine-tuning the software, and Ghana Water Company Limited was a part owner. If this program had succeeded and then sold to other African countries, can you imagine the income from this that will be coming to Ghana Water? Unfortunately, they engineered the collapse of this program. I guess we are short-sighted, and then we tend to lament about lack of money.
Yeah, there were some mistakes that were made in the past. I have to admit it. First, I have a problem is, if you decide that I want to go ultrasonic smart metering, that means that you should be able to do remote reading. That is the purpose. If you do ultrasonic smart metering, and your people still go and take pictures of the meter reading and send it to the office to do billing, that is mechanical. Are you getting my point? But two issue we have, if you are deploying ultrasonic smart meters, you don't deploy them, scatter them around. It should start with one district. You populate it with that ultrasonic smart meters. Use it as a learning before you move to the next district. Then you move to the next district. So by the time you finish all the district, it's ultrasonic. But ultrasonic smart meter. But if you take 1,000 meters and say 500 Accra East, 200 Asante region, 200 Northern region, you scatter them around. And if several people supply the ultrasonic smart meter, it's difficult to track which one is functioning well and which one is not functioning well. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So that is where we made a mistake. And that is what I've inherited. And that is why first I split my technology and innovation department into ICT and GIS. And tax the ICT to go ahead. And that's why we are now coming with a pilot. Because we have smart meters read mechanically. Now, the cost is that there's so many interface of staff customer that leads to a lot of bypasses, corruption. But the second part is that the cloud that we store the data becomes too much because you are keeping pictures when it could have just been figures. And that is also a cost to manage as a company. So with the split and this piloting started, I believe that in the next 2 months, we should be able to assess how effective that is. But let me tell you, Ghana Water, we have people who are very knowledgeable. Yeah.
Now, Honorable, let me ask this. So looking at your numbers, you produce 1,000 liters of water at a cost of about 33 Ghana cedis. And then you sell that at about 10.2 Ghana cedis. Why are you selling water cheaper than your production cost?
I always say that the amount we charge is very, very low. But Ghana Water do not determine tariffs. If we're left alone, like Rand Water in South Africa, the board comes together, they deliberate and do how much they charge. In Ghana, PORC determines how much we do. But if you want to know that in Ghana Water, the tariff is low, unless you don't have water and you decide to buy from a tanker. Then you know that our tariff is very, very low.
So are you suggesting that we are using regulation to kill the business? Because a business that sells this commodity at a price lower than it costs to produce, is set for collapse.
That, you see, water is a social good. And even in advanced countries, it's difficult to just shut somebody down. You won't get water. It's because it's too rampant. Stealing is too rampant here. If you go to Florida, Gainesville, thankfully, I had a well bank program there. Gainesville in Florida. The company that produces water is the same company that produces power. You get my point? And if you haven't paid your bills in terms of water, they won't cut you water. They will put off your light. Because water is a social good. And if you don't have water, you have ventured to go to drink water which is contaminated. That creates health issues and therefore create huge health bills. So I understand that water is a social good, but what we are paying should be said that it should be average, not huge under recovery. And government should come in and intervene. And as we speak, there's an intervention coming.
What form of intervention? Earlier I said,
for example, production.
With your gearing ratio, for example, you cannot borrow money.
We cannot borrow.
You owe close to 20 billion Ghana cedis.
No, 2.1 billion.
Dollars, or is it cedis?
Billion Ghana cedis.
From what we saw from your proposals to PURC, as at 2024, the debt on your books was around 14 billion Ghana cedis.
Yeah, the audited financial statements indicate that it's 2.1 billion Ghana cedis. So as at the time we presented, we hadn't finalized the audited financial statement. And once audited financial statement comes out, that is the authentic source.
Should the government
verified.
take off that debt from you like they took the Cocoa Rose debt from Cocoa Board to give you some breathing space?
Government can do some few things, and I've discussed that with the finance minister. Government should take off the on-lend loans and let us treat it as equity. So government borrows money, give it to us, and they treat it as a loan to us. Do you get my point? Meanwhile, government pays the loan. So why don't you let us treat it as equity to boost our financial position? Do you get my point? That's the first thing. Two, the other effect is that once it is on lend loan in our books, when there is currency fluctuations, worsening of exchange rate, it has significant impact on our financial position because the forex losses is huge. I did indicate that in 2023, we recorded a loss of 4.8 billion Ghana cedis. Forex losses is 3.144 billion. That's forex losses because that was where the exchange rate was misbehaving. So the forex losses alone out of the 4.8 billion was 3.144 billion. In 2024, out of the loss of 3.1 billion, forex losses alone is 1.737 billion. That's almost 1.7 billion, a little over. That's forex loss, more than 50%. So in the first place, anyone who looks at your financial statement gets disappointed. So there's no way. Now, if that one is settled, they look at our legacy loans that were taken in the 1960s, 1970s, and they are still standing. They should let us write it off. Then they come to the liabilities. Once these first two items are taken off, we'll be in a better position to attract investment on our own balance sheet. Do you get my point? It's very, very important. So it's not just writing off the debt, but Ghana Water Limited has a strong financial position that we can reach out to people and then they will be willing to support. In February 2025, that was my first trip to Afua in Uganda. I met Mr. Noel. He is the African IMF, representing IMF within the African continent. And we had a lengthy discussions. Now, when I returned, within 2 weeks, he sent their office to Ghana Water. And then we generated our financial statement from 2018 to 2023. I had also done my analysis already. From 2018 to 2020, I did the analysis. We gave it to them. They went back. They could get us some concessionary funding. After a week, they said our financial position, looking at the ratios, it won't work. There could be a very good financial concessionary facility, maybe 1.5%, because it's water related. But we have to give up because the financial position isn't that strong. If government intervene in this and take off, and we are on a financial position, inshallah,
So
we know how to.
Your on-lend loans, I want to understand the value. Is it 2 billion or 14 billion?
It's almost 2 billion.
Dollars or
Dollars.
Okay. So your on-lend loan value is about $2 billion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we get this convert to equity, you see that our GRA ratio would drop, and that put us in the best position.
Yeah, but
so I'm doing some financial engineering.
Yes, the financial engineering,
but I can't. I'm still in the initial stages.
Yes, Mutawakilu. The financial engineering you're doing. I mean, if your cost of production is at 33 cities, and you're selling at say 10,
10 points.
Huge under recovery. It's a huge under recovery.
10 point something.
You're bent to make losses.
Yes.
So you, as an accountant, managing Ghana Water Company Limited, I'm sure you probably would have looked at a few things that would be aimed at making sure that all the cost components are justified.
Yes.
So far, based on your analysis, can the cost of production be reduced?
No.
It cannot.
No.
Which means we must pay more for what?
Now, already we are paying less. That means that it's better we pay up. And I'm saying no because we have aged plants. Cost of maintenance is high. Because of the illegal mining, cost of chemicals has gone up. So in most places we cannot use aluminum sulfate. We have to use what we call polyelectrolytes. And it is 4 times, I would say even 5 times the cost of alum. Now the other cost is siltation. You see, when illegal mining is done along the river banks, the soil is so loose. When there is heavy rain, it carries the sand and block our intake. For example, Bonsa treatment plant, we've so far in the last 4 months did desilting twice. And last month, heavy rain came, the intake is blocked. It just carried the sand and blocked. So the cost of desilting has become so high. In Secretariat, we did desilting proper. Last week, when we were having the program, I was in Western Region with my Minister of Works, Housing and Water Resources. Go there and see. Sand has blocked the whole place. So we have to use manual to just do some trench for the water to flow into. So apart from aged plants, agent pipes that need frequent repairs, cost of chemicals, cost of desilting our reservoirs, it's huge cost.
And electricity, about 50% of your costs?
Yes, the operational cost is 30%. And that is what PRC use. Now, and all because of the nature of our plants. Most of them are old. The pumps are the old types. And we are replacing some. The pump one, we are almost finished. And then once we replace 1965 to date, if you go to Tamale, 1972 to date, that one to procurement is ongoing to replace them. And same across.
You're an energy sector person as well. Have you considered possibly using your dams also as mini hydro systems like Bui has done at, is it Volta region, Chachadu, the mini hydro system? Have you considered going green, using solar systems to power your production facilities?
Yes,
to reduce your cost?
Yes. I'm an energy person, and small hydros are very expensive. Whether we have the muscles to execute it. Small hydros are not load-based plants. They are not. If you take a Kosombot, it's a load-based plant. That means cost of operation load can operate 24 hours. Small hydros are very expensive, and they are normally used for peak hours. So first, Do we have the financial muscles to put up a mini hydro?
Do you?
No. Second is solar. We are pursuing that of solar. Put solar panels on our reservoirs or dams and see how it can generate. Process ongoing. A Chinese company came, and I'm planning to visit and have a look. You know, when you go to Weja, our distribution overhead tank is on a mountain.
Yeah.
Then we have pipes sloping. That they can do it in a manner, put some small turbines inside. As the water goes down, it's like
So
hydro.
it's battery storage. You're
So
using your
it vibrates, yes, and it generates
So you want to use your tanks as a storage?
as a storage
Then-
to create the.
Okay.
They explain it very okay, but you need to have a physical visit to see how it is done than explaining. So we are looking at various options. We're doing our best to see how we'll be able to reduce the cost of power.
From the way Mr. Wakilu is talking about Ghana Water, it looks like there is no hope. Because Ghana Water, can you do this? No, we don't have the financial muscle. Ghana Water, can you do this? No, we can't do it. Ghana, do you need a big push?
Big push will be very, very, very welcome.
Your colleague Abuja has a big push at Ministry of Roads. Do you also need the state to give you a big push under a 24-hour economy? Have you made any proposals to the president for that?
We are putting up a report to cabinet through the request from my minister. So we'll be sending it to him to let us know the whole Ghana water and the urban water supply. And I know from the interventions will come. And as I said, the President Mama is so much interested in fixing. So as he has directed, there are many more he has directed, and we'll get it done. And if they're able to do that and take the online loan and the legacy, when I'm talking, I know that my financial position is strong. You get my point? Yeah. So that's where that area is very critical. It's not always to say, oh, government should come in. Government should come in. Government should be able to plug 1, 2, then you have to be on your feet. So I'm more looking at that. If government does A, B, C, then we should be on our feet to pursue our own destiny.
Honorable Mutawakilu, this is what we're going to do.
Yes.
We'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll activate the phone lines.
Thank you.
Because we promised the people you were going to answer their questions. And now that you are here, you tell them when they are going to get the water.
Yes.
Because they have a lot of concerns.
I know they have a lot of patience.
Yes.
And I appreciate their patience.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. Oh, Charlie.
Peter T.
Yeah.
What's your problem? What's your water problem?
Charlie, my water problem is huge.
At
I think the intermittent water shortage, it's been coming on becoming, because we cannot afford that. You see, you need water, you don't have water, and you want to go around the places thinking that once you don't have it, your friend may have it for you to have access to water, bath, and then do other, hard chores. But nothing of that sort. As I'm talking to you, we don't have water in the area. Are you getting me? And I don't know what actually is going on. And I'm happy that you brought the gentleman, your studio,
the MD, yes,
to give us more light on this thing. They should be up and doing. If government is not affordable, or government is not doing well they should appeal and then put their problems before government.
Okay.
Are you getting me? Yes. This government is ready to do everything. And then my point number 2 is, if you want to have water, you are connecting new water, you go to the waterways and they tell you that it's about 2,000 Ghana cedi. I don't understand it. Is it the reality on the show? Why do we have to pay that much before we can get water?
Okay.
And that is also a basic question that I want your guests to answer.
Thank you very much, Peter T. And folks, let's keep it brief so we can pick a lot more calls. Lizzie is in Accra. Lizzie, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Lizzie.
Yes, my concern is the MP was speaking about the defaulting form and other challenges. We want to find out that is it possible they can go on any other alternative source of water, let's say boreholes, creating well fields where they can get the water and will pump to the various customers, other than the surface water that the company is using. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Lizzie. Akushika is in Teshi. Akushika, good morning.
Hello, Winston. Good morning.
Yes, Akushika.
Yes, please. Well, we have the water challenge, but what I want to mention is an alternative. Not raining of late.
Okay.
And making a conscious effort to harvest the rain sometimes helps. On my side, sometimes I harvest it, and we use it to wash, flushing of the toilet, and bathing. And when you get this substance, alum, and you put it inside, it helps to sanitize the water. So when the Ghana water comes in, the little we're able to save, we can store, we can use it for cooking and other things.
Okay.
So people should consciously try to harvest the rain. It might not be very clean, but when you allow the rain to fall for some time and later you harvest it, and you get alum and put it inside it, it helps.
Okay. Okay.
So you won't be always hard up on water. Yeah, so...
All right. Thank you very, very much, Akushika, which means we can go to Francis in Kaswa. Francis, good morning.
Good morning, Director.
Yes, Francis.
Thank you so much for bringing our MD board. Me, I'm so particular about the illegal connection.
Okay.
Which is affecting the company so much. I'm a former staff of Ghana Water. I think I resigned from water 11 years ago.
Okay.
So when I was with Ghana Water, by then our sector minister is Alhaji Collins Dauda.
Okay.
So he introduced this loss control that we are attached to national security, that we do operations with the media, which we fought for the company very well, and we made a lot of money. So I want to ask the MD, are they still operating the loss control? If not, then they should go back to that system. It will help them to fight the losses. And when it comes to Accra West region, especially Kaswa, they do rush the water. But sometimes they pump raw water, and the water is too dirty. And I know very well that some of the distribution lines, we have air baths that we use to flush the line. So you should talk to their engineers and the district managers. They should work on that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Francis in Kaswa. Let's go to Latte, where O2 is. O2, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Winston.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, how are you doing, sir?
God is still taking care of his children. How about you?
I'm fine. Okay, concerning latte issue, for some time now, latte have not gotten water.
Yeah.
But thank God, our forebears came to land in a good place whereby everywhere that you pass, you get water. Then the borehole is helping us. So I'll ask Honorable that they should do something about it for us, because latte for almost for some time now, for some years now. Yeah, we're going to be getting water.
Okay.
And my second one is, please, I know it's incredible, and in terms of all the agents, JFM is the best. Please, I want you to do something for me.
Tell me if I can do it.
That the government brought to give it to students. Are they paying it? Because my children, a whole lot of complaint. They ask the students to bring money for the computer. So please, I want the iPad.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Thank you very much.
We'll follow up on that for you, okay? Okay, thank you very much. To which means we can go to Dan Suman, where Eddie Mens is. Eddie Mens, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Babu Disana Wapum Trend.
Yamana Dumnampai, Bonawase.
Dumadum. Could you ask me to what?
Major so open.
And Kajando, I wish you have Fantaneka, or actually Fantaneka.
Ayo.
Master me or Nam Ade about Nudicano, Mr. Ghana water wire, Bobo Wamba met up the shoulder of the MD. So, with Galamsey, you know, some areas are still getting water. It's Ghana water supposed to use. Secondly, in fact, one commercial losses. How I drink now, no me there. Since the commercial losses in what you told her, into about create space more with your revenue. When your revenue is one or 1 year soon, it won't focus at that area. Commercial losses no, man, you may be on it's a lot of focus for the on. Lastly, then someone fairly, let's find from the scale of 1 to 10, about 6 over 10, we are getting water. So sometimes this is 1 week, but at least let's find the 6 over 10. It's in terms of distribution for that someone.
Okay.
So, about this, I won't find a
Thank you very, very much, Eddie Mens, which means we can go to Pat in Accra. Pat, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Pat.
Yes, I just wanted to indicate that having listened to the MD and some of the interventions that are doing, I'm believing that if he should be able to follow through with it, some of the issues we are facing in the water crisis would come down. So I will urge him to stay on course and then work to get resolution to this matter, because water, as they say, is life. And we cannot compromise in giving that life to citizens of Ghana.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Pat, for joining us. It means we can go to Eric in Santo. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Chief.
Yes, Eric,
Thank
you didn't
so
say
much
this
for the good work.
saying.
Please, Santo.
Go ahead.
In fact, I think the whole Accra, we have the biggest problem. We do not have water.
Yeah.
You go to the district office for even new connections. We are told that they've been instructed not to connect anybody. No new connections. The old lines that we have are also not flowing. I think recently some residents in the area petitioned the headquarters, the CEO. So please find out from him, what are they doing about Santo? It's called East Legon Hill now. That's the area. What exactly are they doing about it? We do not have water. Meanwhile, we are very close to Paul. In fact, if water is flowing from Paul, we should be having before others. So please find out from me what exactly they are doing about it.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll find out, and I think which means we can go to Pram, where Zani is. Zani, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
God is still taking care of us. How about you?
I know your usual refrain. I'm speaking from Pram.
Okay.
And since November last year, I haven't had a drop of water in my house. The irony is that I live not far from the Ghana Water Office. I have been there several times, and the excuse is this, that, all sorts of excuses. I spend close to 2,000 cedis a month on what? It's just like paying rent. And the engineer there has sort of given up. It's like he has no solution. So my question to the Honorable Mutawakilu is that how we are going to be left there?
Okay.
because we don't get any response even from the office.
Okay.
I'm so frustrated. There's no hope inside.
No problem. I would put your question to him. Thank you very much, Zani. Which means we can come to Tema, where Ni will be our last caller for now. Ni, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Ni.
Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
You know, there is a water body around Zenu. People are encroaching on that water body. That water, if they treat it, it will be useful for people of Santor and those around Springtex area. And because they are encroaching on the water body, they are filling and building on it. Water is life. All those structures around the water body, they have to demolish everything. Plant coconut around the water body and treat that water for the people of Santor and people around Springtex. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Ni, who's our last caller for now. We'll get Honorable Mutawakilu to address these questions, and then we'll get back onto the phone lines. Let's start from Ni.
On the Santor one, I don't know whether it's the Shaiman Dam he's talking about.
The Zenu one.
The Zenu one.
Yes, Zenu, yes.
And I've always been wondering why we don't have a small water treatment plant at the Shaiman Dam to treat water for that area.
Okay, so let's get Honorable Mutawakilu to address them.
Let me pick them. They are quite a number. We have Peter T.
Yes.
Yeah, Sukura. Yeah, water shortage. Yeah, I want to assure him that the new method adopted to pump water at one place for a long time, I believe they will get water better. I'll follow up from the district and the region to see how it can be done. And also want to encourage customers, if you see a contractor working on road at your place, please just report to the nearest Ghana Water Limited office. Most of the pipelines during the construction, especially contract that are awarded by the district assemblies, they break these pipes without reporting, and they don't inform Ghana Water about their construction that is going on. One came up at Kasua when I sent the team there. We saw that actually there was a local contractor and he has cut the pipe, blocked it, and continue with his road construction. So I want to encourage customers to see, to quickly report to us if there is any construction going around your area, and since that work started, you are not getting water. Just like we'll go and investigate and do the distance. Yeah, Lizzie Accra, alternative sources of water. Why borehole instead of surface water? Yes. As I said, we have 63 surface water and 21 underground water. That is the boreholes. And we still explore. But, you know, underground water depends on the area. The topology of the area determines whether you can get sufficient water to supply. It will be wasted investment if the water underground is not enough to supply. And you realize that last year I visited Anglo Gold on how to use aquifers to produce because of the bonsai issue. How do we resolve it? There's always siltation. So when I went there, I think some people didn't understand. Look, the mining companies produce the purest water. There's an aquifer. An EPA, Ghana Standard Authority on them to ensure that any water they pump into the streams, because at the end of the day, when they are pumping the water, it ends up in our streams. They don't pump it somewhere. But people didn't understand that I'm going to take contaminated water. I'm not taking the water they are using to treat the gold. I'm taking the wasted water. They've dug and saw a reservoir of water they don't need. They need to empty it to be able to mine. So they just pump it, test it, and pump it to the river bodies. If we tap it straight away to a treatment plant, the turbidity level is less than 1%, about 0.5. And we have written to our Global to support us. We submitted a proposal to them just 3 days ago. And they are willing to support. Just pray that it comes to fruition. We can use it as a test case. And if that one works very well, Western region shouldn't have challenges because of the many go. So we are looking for alternatives to avoiding these issues. Akushika, yeah, he brought a very brilliant alternative, like rainwater, store it to use it for other purposes, and use Ghana Water Company water for drinking and cooking. I think that is something we have to educate our customers to use. Francis, illegal connection. Yes, I can say that Kasua is one of the hub of illegal connections. Yeah. Kasua.
Oh, okay.
Kasua Bujumbura. It's serious there. Yeah. To the point that sachet water producer illegal.
Sachet water producer is
producing
tapping
it
water
illegally. We caught him, and his younger brother came that he works with Ghana Water, so he connected the illegal connections.
Wow.
And is he still with you, the younger brother?
Through disciplinary, you can't just dismiss.
So he's going through disciplinary.
So we have given them in shortest possible time to set up a committee through this. If it's dismiss the person, it takes you to court, you lose. Then he spoke about loss control team. Actually, when we came, we assessed the loss control team. It was in place. But why are we recording 52% non-revenue water? And if you look at the graph, from 40, 45, 47, now 52. That means there is something wrong. So you need to evaluate it, whether as it was relevant then, is it still relevant today? And then if you are bringing in this revenue enhancement team, do you still need it to be there? So we look at the various cost options and saw that the revenue enhancement team, their task is to work. And so far, we want to try that option. So the loss control team were just up about 2 months ago. We asked them to hold on. Let's try this one. If you do something yielding result, no more yielding results, you evaluate, you do some changes, amend here and there. We recognize them. They did well, but we realized that even with their work, the revenue, the commercial losses was shooting up. So, and thank you very much. I've heard of our honorable, the work he did when he was at the Minister of West, Honorable Collins Dauda. And he did a lot of investments. And he has always been calling me, giving me some advice here and there, and I appreciate it a lot. Then that we should, they pump Francis. I think I'll discuss with Engineer Tulasi, who is the chief management for Atma production, with respect to the concern he raised about the water, quality of the water that is pumped. Yeah, Atulate, Latte.
Between Latte, yes.
In Latte, they are my people, Guans. You know, I've been there several times. Last 2 weeks, I was in Eastern region. And in the course of presentation, the issue of Latte came up. The chief manager told me that Latte, they have challenges in providing them water. But there was an old treatment plant at Eburi, and brought the pictures. If we can revamp it, it can take care of that area.
What would it cost to revamp it?
Yeah, so you have to you have to send a team first to assess it. That was just last 2 weeks. It was on Friday. Then Sunday I was in Western and Central. I think the beginning of the year I've visited 7 regions so far because I liked interacting. So I'm here to set a team to go and look at that one. Grasses have overgrown the place. So if it is possible, then we'll revamp it quickly and try to provide water to Latte.
I'm wondering if you've been to the Oti region yet.
Not yet. I'll be in BA and Ashanti this March. I'll be spending about 3 to 4 days there.
When are you going to Oti?
That forms at the BA.
Okay.
Our regions are not conterminous with the political regions.
Okay.
For example, Greater Accra, we have 3 regions. So if you go to Northern region, it takes care of Northeast and Savannah.
Okay.
So BA takes care of other regions, or Volta takes care of other regions.
Okay.
Yes. Edimens. Yes. Thank you from Dansuma.
Yes.
Yeah, with Galamsey and the commercial losses. Yeah, we're doing everything. I think he spoke in Chi. Yeah, my Chi is...
well, he talked about the fact that you're doing a good job because, I mean, based on all the challenges you face with illegal money, you are still able to pump water to certain areas. But you should look at the commercial losses. It's a problem. But he also talks about the water supply issues with Dansuman.
Yes, and he rated 6 out of 10. Yeah, the commercial losses, I believe in the next 3 months, the effect of the 10 teams will yield significant results.
Okay.
And the team that is following the national security team, they are uniform men. Because when we started with our staff, the customers, some of them chase our staff with cutlasses and what have you. Yeah. But since we started collaborating with national security, we've now had a serious case in the West. So that's why the military or police you see with them are not to beat you up, but just to ensure the safety of our staff. Then Pat Accra, thank you for your advice. Yeah, we are focused in resetting in the reset agenda of His Excellency, and we'll stick to it and make sure that we deliver results. Yeah, Center. You know, in my speech I made mention of 4.1.
Yes.
Yeah, the call had come there several times, so I set up a team, and they had investigated and came out with a report that we need to buy some valve to do some amendment. And normally, the desalination supply Santor area as well. But because it's shut down, there are some things we have to do to be able to pump from Tema to those areas. So that memo is on my table. I got it 4 days ago.
And we have money to do it?
Sometimes we have contractors who are willing to.
Okay.
We have some contractors.
Then it adds to your debt.
Yeah, but you must get things run. If I say, we don't have money, so don't do. We have some of our contractors, they are willing to do everything to make sure that the system runs.
Because if you owe them, you have to pay them anyway.
Yes,
so that's good business.
Yeah, so something like that, he can go and do it. Then when we get money, we pay. But we must be careful of the PFMA, Public Financial Management Act, to make sure the right processes are done to get it done.
Then
Zeni Pram. Yes. I'm surprised of the first no water since November. I think Honorable George, the Minister for Communication, had invited me there. I went and met them, and the flow was quite okay. I had feedback that we had to do some few things, so water was running. So I will follow up on that, and I'll talk to the office. It's one of the things I'm trying to change, that the customer is supreme. It's only the religious bodies that the producer is supreme.
On that note, let's get to Tema.
New Tema. Yeah, encroachment on the water body at Zeno. Yeah, when we want to construct a treatment plant, we don't look at current situation alone. We look at the future. Can that water body sustain production into the future in the next 30, 40 years? So I'll send my team to look at it and then advise me accordingly, so that we don't go print a small treatment plant and after 2 years there's no water.
Okay. Right, it means we can read a lot of your messages. Many of you have sent messages to us. Let's get Honorable Mutawakilu to address them. So Samuel in Aguna Swedru says, please ask Honorable Mutawakilu, what is happening with the Swedru Township, particularly Bungalow areas, including the area around Ghana Water District Office? And we're not getting water for almost 10 days now. That's Swedru.
I think I have not had information about that, But he should give me some time as I go back to the retreat. The chief manager of Central Region is there. I'll talk to him, but I also need his contact so that immediately I get there, they will get in touch with him and see how we can quickly resolve that issue.
I think our team can get you the contact because it's a
I'll be
WhatsApp
grateful.
message.
Even when I leave here, I'll call him.
Okay.
And then when I get there, I'll let the chief manager.
This one says, please tell the MD that we are tied at Dowenya Savannah. They should levy us for 1 year to build generating plants and get a booster station for regular water supply. For 2 months, I have no water at Adamu Estate Phase 1 area. Please assist.
Adamu Estate.
Phase 1, around Dowenya Savannah. And they are even prepared. You know, sometimes they are even prepared to pay.
My neighborhood, when we wanted water, this is Amra here. We contributed, I think, 2,500 per person to buy the pipes and to buy everything to extend water to our neighborhood.
Okay. Also, I'll need those contacts.
Okay, we'll
so
get you the
we
contact.
can
This one
make
says,
follow-up.
Mandy says, please, can you find out his strategy, what his strategy is for providing constant water to the whole country? Many people put up buildings in Accra and other parts of the country. Do they have a plan for expansion yearly to incorporate the new people? Ghana Water has digitized their water bills under sub-district but have not digitized the customer bills. How do they ensure accountability? Are they thinking of bringing on board the private sector to help improve the system? Honorable Mutawakilu.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, we have a private person who is doing the billing and the part of the collection, and we have the telcos also doing it. But the digitization, as I said, we are doing a pilot. So when that is done, we'll be able to resolve it. After working with third parties, as I said, it's not Ghana Water Company that is doing the billing.
Okay. This one says, is Ghana Water Limited exploring the possibility of collaborating with the Community Water and Sanitation Agency to leverage groundwater resources to enhance water supply?
Community Water and Sanitation Agency and that of Ghana Water, per the act that distinguishes when a community goes far beyond, is it 5,000? Then it's transferred to the population, transferred to Ghana Water. So we've been in constant touch with them. If you realize, Winchi was under Community Water, and because of the population group, it has been transferred to Ghana Water, and there is a plant that being constructed now. We collaborate with them for a lot of information. We also have a base workshop in Kumasi that is set up for drilling of boreholes. So we have some relevant experience there as well. And we also collaborate with Ghana Water Resources Commission to get a lot of data in whatever we're doing.
Okay. Yeah. This one says, how is the company prioritizing supply to critical industries like food, beverage, and pharmaceuticals? Could prolonged Galamsey activities lead to higher industrial water tariff? If water is the lifeblood of Ghana's manufacturing sector, how confident are you that the current trajectory of Galamsey will not undermine the country's industrialization ambitions?
Thank you very much. First of all, is to the industry. You know, once we are able to meet sufficient supply, we can dedicate lines to industries. But as we speak, there's no dedicated lines to only industries. The water comes, customers, residential consume. So if your industry is not located at a strategic place, there is always a challenge.
Okay.
So, but I believe when we increase production, you can construct a dedicated line to serve most of these industries. So in the near future, I think we should be able to do that. There was another a follow-up question.
I think that should be but Galamsey, that if Galamsey
yes,
continues, wouldn't that lead to higher tariffs, and wouldn't that undermine the country's industrialization ambitions?
Yeah, there are some water sources, and I think that we must do everything to protect that water source. Volta River is where we can tap maximum amount of water. And the turbidity is 0.5 NTU. So if you go to pond, we don't use much chemicals.
Okay.
So that water body is very, very, very critical to us. If we compromise that one, then we'll be in serious trouble.
Great. This one, Eric says, please tell the MD we're having water issues at New Legon, Rosa for some time now, part of Adenta. We plead with him.
New Legon.
Yes, Rosa.
So I'll need the contact as well.
Okay, we'll get the team. The team, will get it to you. Which means we can get back to our phone lines. Maybe we can do 5 calls now. So 0302216541, 0302216541, and then 05511119997, 05511119997. We still have in studio with us the MD of Ghana Water Limited, Adamu Mutawakilu. So you can come in with your questions.
Yes, and whilst we wait for your call, boss, does Ghana Water have any regulated tanker businesses that support water distribution when you can't pump through your tanks? And
No.
how do you ensure quality?
No.
You don't have any?
No, we don't.
But are you not seeing an opportunity to have a fleet that helps to supply water? For example, you've seen that Santor is a problem. If you had your tankers, would that not be another business opportunity to go and pull clean water from another area and supply people in Santor?
It is.
Okay, could you, Honorable, please hold on. Let me get onto the phone lines because Jones is from Tema. Jones, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Jones.
Could you just hit on what I was going to talk about? Water tanker services. You see, before, so many years ago, when we have problems with water, what Ghana Water and Sewage, the dairy company, does is they bring water tank services to the affected areas. You see? But now this is not being done. But I will also suggest to the MD that areas that are heavily affected by these water problems, we buy water. You see, I buy about 600 gallons or whatever for 700 feet. Do you understand? Even at the end of the month, my water bill is not even up to 150. You see, I have 2 big water tanks. And sometimes for 10 days, then I don't have water. Then it runs out, I have to buy. Now the question is, can they run this business as part of their daily running of? Because they can also make money from there.
Okay.
You see, recently when people were struggling getting transportation to jobs and stuff like that, the president and the vice president, they come out and they supported with some buses. So why can't the government support them with water tankers?
All right. Thank you very much, Jones. It means Jones in Tema. And let's go to Ashaiman where Divine is. Divine, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Divine.
Right. Ashaiman, Lebanon Zone 3, at a place called Sibler.
Where? Lebanon?
Yes. Zone 3.
Zone 3.
Yes. Water has stopped flowing for over 2 months now. But surprisingly, the surrounding community, Committee 22 are next, and the other places, their water is flowing. So what is happening is that those who use the 4 gallons, the Aboboya, they come and supply water for us to buy. So we don't know whether it is being that intentional, so that those who are selling water will be in business or what. Shama Lebanon Zone 3, Zenu, Akadeka, we are on a particular line. And I realized that line was the one that the Mahama Commission when he came to first time in office.
Okay. Thank you very much. Divine would get unable to address it. Let's go to Abokobi where Irene is. Irene, good morning.
Good morning. I'm in Accra, but I'm calling to talk about water in Ho.
Okay.
I know Ho has very clean water for this, and their source of water is further. But then when I go home, you get to have problems with water shortage. They go draw water from other sources to us. When you look at the water, you wonder why we should be going through such. Please, may the Honorable please come out with some of the problems they are facing in most of these channels.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Irene, which means we can go to Papa Spintex. Papa, good morning.
Yeah, this is Papa Bisu, my brother. Listen.
Yes, Papa.
As soon as I heard the announcement that Honorable has been chosen as the MD for Ghana Water, I said, oh, hallelujah. Some people don't know him. He's very hardworking. But I just call him to speak on behalf of Sakumono village. I got an information from there that for the past 6 years, they've not been having water. And cost of living in terms of water, my brother, is really frustrating. Okay. I want us to win handsomely in 2028 election. So please, MD, I know you very well.
Yeah.
Sit with that sector for me. Sakumono village, close to Sakumono estate. I think that desalination plant is the magic that has to come on board before that place will work out. I beg of you. I know you can do it.
Okay.
Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you very much. Papa Bisu. It means we can speak to Ro in Accra, who will be our final caller for now. Ro, good morning.
This is the wisdom number. Thank you. And at least I'm the last caller. But first of all, do this for me. I just go to your tap, right? Look for the best of marks or glasses in your office and fetch the water from your tap and bring it to your guests. Get him your studio cameras and let it be on him. Let him drink that water as a test case for all of us. And you put it on your rolls and let's see if he's able to drink it. Now to my substantive, my brother. The Ghana Water Company, bro, where we are today, they know all the illegal spots all over Ghana. They know. But then the question is, ask him, how come they are not developing manholes for this washing bays all over Ghana? Where in the world, which of the civilized countries do you get treated water used for washing cars? Why does it work? And they are aware, and it's like they're giving the tax force a target, and they go around and they take money from these people. Go and check the amount of water this water bay people uses in washing cars. I mean, come on. That is one. Two, if you move from Dabala area all the way to Angoga, how come villages close to the largest man-made lake in the world, the people there don't have water? They have to go and be fetching water from the river water and be drinking. Are we serious as a country? Please, we need some answers. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Ro, for joining us. Let's address the questions on Adamu Mutawakilu.
Yeah, first one is with respect to water tankers.
Yes, Jones, he called.
Yeah, if we could get some water tankers so that in terms of challenges, yeah, that is something, from what he has said, we'll look at it and consider. But sometimes we do support in specialized cases that will get a hydrant for private tankers to supply to some areas. We do intervene. But as to we owning it, from my findings some time ago, we used to have some few tankers. But
because his point
was was left with one.
Okay, he says
which was even down.
He says he spends 700 when he buys water from these tankers, but his bill from the Ghana Water Company is about 150.
Yeah, but we are very careful that we tend to now one day think that to make money we must restrict water to this area and take advantage. We must be careful so that we are not only profit oriented, but we are socially responsible. That line must be
there
clear.
Must be a balance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So far, before we started the conversation, when we looked at your numbers, there's a very sharp imbalance in what's going in and what's coming back to you.
Yes.
And for me, when I look at Ghana Water, I feel it's a business that could collapse maybe in 5 years if we go along the same trajectory that we are going.
I don't want us to look at Ghana Water Company is buying tankers to supply to areas that don't have water, and in the course we switch to more of tanker services than providing the water.
We'll make sure
are you getting my point?
We'll make sure
yeah, that's why I said
for example,
another example. I don't want to take a final decision.
Another example, you are supplying bulk water to beverage companies and processing companies, and these companies annually are posting a lot of profits. So you sell 1,000 liters to me for 10.8 Ghana cedis. I buy a pack of bottled water. How much do you buy your pack of bottled water?
I use a dispenser.
How much do you get that dispenser? It's 15 liters.
It's more than 30 cedis.
And usually the water you transport to them is almost ready to be drunk. They just do very little processing. So you are talking about a social service which is making millionaires in a system where your social consumers are also not getting water consistently. So why don't you turn it around and make some millions, then you can invest and spread the service to the people?
The issue of when you take the reckoner, that's the tariff structure. You realize that the billing changes from residential, domestic, residential, non-residential, and industrial. So when you have business, they pay the industrial tariff. But we must also know, as I did indicate, we don't have dedicated lines to these suppliers that they are always getting. Once an area is not getting water, if you have a factory there, equally they won't have water because they all use the same transmission line. Are you with me? As we speak, Belacqua is ready to take water from us to produce and pay that industrial rate, but we are not able to supply.
Why?
Because the water that is coming is for everybody, including Belacqua. But if we have sufficient supply, as I said, we can dedicate a line to them, knowing that we have sufficient supply, dedicate a line, and then charge them per what they consume. I hope you are with me. But because we don't have dedicated lines to them, if an area has no water, they are also denied water.
Okay. So let's now Divine. Lebanon Zone 3, no water for 2 months.
Yeah, meanwhile, the surrounding communities have water. First, what our urge is, one, is there any construction going there? If there's no construction, two, they should observe for the next 3-4 days. Because as I said, now we don't pump one day and then we move to another. We make sure that we pump enough water to satisfy the whole area. Then three, I'll send a team there to investigate. Sometimes people intentionally close a valve just for them to get water and deny others, as it happened in Tamale. There was a demonstration. We investigated and realized that somebody has gone. For them to get enough water, they went to open and close the valve to that area. So the water that is coming serves one area alone. And while they get water, these other places have no water.
Sad one.
But when they investigated, they realized that somebody had gone to close the valve. They open it and they have water. So I'll send a team there to look at all the valves. But if they have any construction going on, they should also let us know.
How about the whole situation?
Irene
complained about, yes.
You know, Peve is one of the areas when I came to office, within 1 week, there was a breakdown of a low lift pump where I went to see how it should be fixed. And later, there was a private developer who had encroached seriously into the intake, and that any time it rains, the turbidity is so high that we cannot produce for 2-3 days. The turbidity shot up from less than 2 NTU to 141 NTU anytime it rains. And these plants are designed for a certain level of turbidity. Once it goes beyond that level, they have to shut down. That is one. So, and the demand and supply is vast. It's very vast. So we trying first to bring pumps. They are now in now. We believe that when they are installed, production can increase. So I want to assure her that we've brought some new pumps and they are at Peve, and we are preparing to get the pumps installed. And once they are new and they are installed, the efficiency level will go high, and we can produce more to pump it to other communities within the whole.
Okay.
The Papa.
Papa's talking about Sacramento Village, no water for 6 years.
Yeah. I think he knows me very well. Yeah.
Okay.
When I focus my attention on something, I meant to make sure I remain focused to get it fixed.
Okay. So you're going to
distractions.
Get the Sacramento Village water situation fixed?
Yes. But he made mention of the desalination. Inshallah, when this issue is resolved, that area will be having sufficient water very well. Okay. But I'll send people to look at why they are not getting at all. We also realized that because of the desalination, there were no some return valves. So it was that, okay, we are getting water from desalination. They didn't do alternatives. Let me put it in another way. They didn't do alternative in case the desalination failed. And water is coming from Tema. Where should it go? My team has come up with recommendations to change some valves to make sure that in case the desalination, inshallah, with the directive of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, when it comes on stream, there will be period of repairs where it will be down for a week or so. We have to fix that so that we can pump water from other Pong or the Tema booster or Dodowa booster to get it to all customers. And you realize that teaches some people, since they shut down, have not had water. That is what is affecting it.
Okay.
Yes.
Rose says we should give you tap water to drink.
Yes. It is normal occasionally. We have water when you pump. It doesn't look like it has been treated. We have a situation around Mankesim some 6 months ago, because that treatment plant filters have issues. So filtering, there is a problem. Sometimes too, when there is a pipe broken and then sand goes in before repairs is done, if it is not well done, it can pump. Sometimes too, because of the nature of the pipe. So there are situations you open the tap and you have issues. When it is raised, we do investigation and see how to repair it. Okay. It's like a body.
But do you drink tap water?
I drink tap water.
Or you drink from the tap produced by Ghana Water straight away? I
drink, yes.
Okay, so we can give you some from our tap.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm from Damongo. I drink water from dams. Yeah.
I wanted to draw attention to the group.
Then he also spoke about illegal connections and washing bays. Yes, to be very frank, the team, the revenue enhancement team has gone to so many washing bases. What they do is they probably drill a borehole, some of them, and they do an illegal connection. So when you go, they will go and show you the borehole that they are producing the water to do the car wash. It becomes difficult to detect. So we fetch it to go and test for chlorine. If it is a borehole, it won't have chlorine.
Okay. So now you're beginning to...
So we take the water, we'll go to the lab, test it. If there is chlorine inside, means that you are using our water. The second thing we did, we've acquired ground penetration equipment. So that if we suspect, instead of digging all over the place to get the illegal, you put the ground penetration equipment on the ground, and it can detect all the connections.
Okay.
So that you know specific place you're going to drill.
Honorable Adamu Mutawakilu, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. It's been a pleasure having you, have this conversation. But this one says, tell the MD of Ghana to turn his attention to the dam at Achimoda. Galamsey will soon ravage the whole place.
Okay.
So the dam at Achimoda.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much.